Hi guys and girls, it is Shimmy Shay. So today I'm gonna be giving you guys a story time, which I kind of talked about on TikTok. I didn't really talk about it that much. I sort of just made a joke that wasn't a joke, and then I wrote in the caption, I'm doing a story time on this later, because I am, and I've wanted to ever since like the day it happened. So as a lot of people know, I work at a fast food place. I don't work there anymore. I did used to though. So I am gonna have like a couple more story times about the place and blah blah blah. That's what this one is though. This one is just like what happened this specific day. I don't know, my eyeliner looks kind of messed up, and that's because I ripped off my fake eyelashes earlier, but that's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Anyways, that's not the point. So basically, the TikTok video was a sound that goes like, you should have said no. And I was like, oh, when you let the nice homeless man sit in the lobby so he doesn't get cold. Oh, but then he tries to murder a coworker. You should have said no. And yeah, so basically, it didn't happen exactly like that. I just said it in a very simplified version for TikTok to be funny. Although he did, so he had already bought a coffee when I was on my break, and I came back and he only had the coffee. And we have this sign, it's like, no loitering, 45-minute time limit, blah, blah. We never really followed it anyway. Especially with like that, it being so early in the morning, and he was like not doing anything at first, and so we like just didn't really listen to it. He was there for like a long while, and it didn't really become a problem until all of a sudden one of my coworkers comes up to me and she's like, oh my god, Monique, he's really mad at me. And I was like, why would that guy be mad at you? Like, he seems fine. And she's like, I think he's gonna like try to hurt me. And I was like, he's not gonna try to hurt you, he's just a homeless guy. Like, if you need to take a breather, get some water. Because we had this TL supervisor guy. Wasn't our big boss, but he was like in charge of us for the shift until, you know, the big boss got there. And sorry, my hair's like in my face. And so he was on his break at this point. Like, when all of this is happening, he's gone. He's not here. So I was in charge for like the time being. So I was like, hey, it's okay. We're pretty slow right now. Just take a break, get some water, like breathe. You're gonna be okay. Because I didn't want her to worry. My eyeliner literally rubbed off so much. Like, I'm looking at it. It used to all be connected. It looked so good earlier. Don't worry about it. Don't say anything, please. Now that looks better. So he basically, so what happened was, oh my god, he comes up to me and he starts saying something, and I couldn't really understand him that well. I tried to understand him, so then I asked him to repeat it, and he said something along the lines of like, you guys took all of my shit, I'm gonna need it back right now. And I was like, I wasn't expecting that though. Like, what was I supposed to? I didn't know. Okay, I didn't know. And I was like, oh, I don't believe any of us took your stuff, because I didn't know what he was talking about. And then the same girl who's like, oh, I think he's really mad at me, comes up to me and she's like, oh my god, Monique, I have to tell you something. I know why he's mad at me now. And I was like, why is he mad at you? And she's like, oh, I saw the shopping cart full of pee bottles and empty needles, so I threw it away because it was in the parking lot, and she was maintenance, so it was like her job to clean the parking lot. Like, what's wrong? And she's like, I didn't realize it was his stuff. And I was like, okay, well, don't say that to him, because he's literally going crazy right now and he will try to kill you. So then she apologized to him anyways, which was like nice, kind from her heart. And then he started trying to kill not only just her, but all of us. So then she hides in the back. She's like, Monique, he's gonna kill me. And I was like, how is he gonna kill you? So then he starts threatening to kill all of us. He's standing at our counter. He starts like pulling out. So he went to the back because he was in the all the way to the back of the lobby, and I didn't really want to walk out there because this guy, he's really tall. I mean, for the people who have seen me in real life, I'm pretty sure he was like at least 6 foot. He could take me on pretty easy. So I wasn't about to like walk out and sacrifice my life though, you know? So I remember standing there and I'm like looking, and he's digging through his bag and he pulls out a rope, like an actual rope. Sorry, I heard something. So I'm like, he has a fucking rope. So I hide behind Persia. It's my dog, she's in here. So I hide behind my other coworker, who, by the way, is not any taller than me. In fact, he's shorter than me. No offense, bud. I love you, but, like, that guy could have taken you on, too, and we both know it. So my coworker is like, okay, guys, if anything happens, the knife is right here. Well, we're all, like, hiding in the kitchen. And so then I was like, I'm gonna be brave. So I went back out, and he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill all of you. Said it word for word, bad word and everything. He said the naughty F-bomb. I said it too, but you know, I don't try to murder people. So I was like, as calmly as I could, sir, if you don't leave, I'm gonna have to call the police. And then he's like, I will fucking kill you. And I was like, look, I really don't want to call the police, but I'm gonna have to if you don't leave. And he's like, I'm not going anywhere until I get my stuff. And then I was like, I didn't want to have to do this. I really didn't. So I walk back to my hiding spot. I hand over my headset because I'm driving, so I'm like, talking to them. And I'm like, 911, what's your emergency? And I called the police. And he sees me calling them. So he starts like tying stuff in. He started like tying the chairs together in the lobby. And they asked me like a bunch of questions. They're like, oh, Jack, juke in the box. So I don't get reported for saying the company. I don't know if that's an actual thing. Juke in the box. What juke in the box do you work at? What location is it? What does he look like? How tall is he? What's he wearing? So then, one of my coworkers basically laughs at his face and is like, oh, she's calling the cops. So then he realizes that I wasn't kidding and I was gonna call the police on him. So then he grabs some things, not the stuff that he tied together in our lobby. I don't know. And he runs on out. And I'm like, oh, thank God he's gone. And I was like, I hope he doesn't, like, come back after the police leave and, like, hide behind the bushes. Because there's, like, this area that we would hide behind the bushes when, like, we were being yelled at. Don't worry about it. That's another story. Anyways, there's this area you could hide behind the bushes close to our work. So we were like, oh, hopefully he's not hiding there. And then someone's like, come on, the police have to know about that. They looked there, right? And I was like, I sure hope so. Cause like, I sure hope they do. Anyways, I continue going on about my day because it's a fast food place. You don't just get, oh, you know, you just had to call the cops. Let's sit down, especially because our supervisor was not there. He was on break. His 30-minute break, which ended up being an hour long because he doesn't know how to take proper breaks, but it do be like that. So then gets even better. I start taking orders to the drive-thru, and suddenly in the middle of the order they're like screaming, and they weren't like really understanding what I was saying because they're like, oh, can we get the ham croissant, but like the one without bacon? And I was like, oh, do you want the supreme croissant and want me to remove the bacon? Because we don't really have a ham croissant that doesn't have bacon. but we have a supreme croissant and I can remove it. And they're like, no, like ham without bacon. And I was like, oh yeah, that'd be the supreme, no bacon. And they like, it wasn't making sense. And I was like, I promise we only have this one and the sausage one. And then someone starts screaming at me, and I think it's the customer. And I'm like, so I gotta deal with this man on counter. The police are coming, and now I'm getting screamed at? So then I politely was all like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's kind of hard for me to hear when you guys are yelling on top of each other. Because the lady was the one taking the order, and then this man started screaming. And then all of a sudden she says, it's not us. There's this crazy man outside saying he's gonna kill you. He went outside, jumped between the cars and the speaker while customers were taking their order to scream at me in the drive-thru. So then they drive through because they're like, this is crazy. I'm sorry. We can't be dealing with crazy people screaming in our windows. And they drove away. And then there was no cars for a moment. There was like, no, it was just slowing down. And I was like, this is so much right now. This really do be a lot right now, though. Sorry. So then, innocent dog. Oh, I love her. So then the police finally get there. Hallelujah. And then this other person comes through and they're like, oh, you know you have police like all around the building, right? And I was like, oh yeah, I know, I called them. And he's like, why would you have to call the police? And I was like, oh my god, this guy was trying to kill us. And he's like, oh really? And I was like, that's why the police are here. He tried to kill us. Anyways, yeah, so I didn't like just say, oh, it's cold, you can sit in the lobby like I made it sound like on the video, but I was like, oh, you can sit here a little longer, it is pretty cold, you have a coffee. I mean, just basically just enjoy it. I don't really regret that. I do that with like any person, really, because like if it's cold, even I like to like withhold going into a car or even like on the bus when I have to wait for it. So I mean, I do that for somebody else. It was just kind of crazy though, because it escalated really fast and he had a rope and was whipping it around and it was pretty scary. All of us on shift that day, pretty scared. It doesn't sound that bad, like, when I say it, but I swear to God, he was so tall. He was so... Yeah, it's crazy. I remember coming home from work, and I was like, I had to call the police today, and they arrested a man off of property because of me. But yeah, on the bright side, we're all fine, though. So, that's my story time. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this, please like, comment, and do your thing. If you're not following me on TikTok and you don't understand the context, what are you doing, baby? Follow me on TikTok. I post there more anyways, and I'm funny sometimes. Most times. Also, if you came here from TikTok, follow me on both as well if you're not already. Looks like we could be vibing. This could be us, but you playing. Anyways, thank you guys. Have a great day. Bye.